now. All right, good morning, everyone. Looks like we got one person in Miss Bryson's room, so everyone in my room is attending, not on Zoom, but they are here listening. So, oh, there we go. We got a couple of people logging on. Awesome. So today is Friday. Praise the Lord. Don't mind my 90s hairdo. It's Decades Day, so that's why I look a little crazy on our Zoom today. It's for a reason, I promise. So, let's go over what we're going to do today, and then we will get started into our chapter 3. Yeah, will you click for me, Miss Ron? Do you mind? So let's see what we're doing today. So I didn't pull this up on here, so they're fine. So today's Friday. Praise the Lord. Like always, we're doing our live reading Zoom. Today for unique learning, it's very important you log on because we have our comprehension questions today. So we don't want to miss those for finishing up our chapter 3 of ancient Greece and the theater. So we don't want to miss that. When we get into our reading groups, if you're in PCI 1 and PCI 2, you guys are both doing your quiz on your book today. So you're finishing up those books you've been working on this week. And then if you're in that third ELA group, you are finishing up chapter 8 of Dragon Wings. And so we will be finishing up that book before Thanksgiving break, if I remember correctly, yes. So we're getting close to the end of Dragon Wings, so I hope you guys are enjoying that. And then for news to you, we are finishing up our NASCAR championship race article for this week. Group 1, you guys are working on some definitions. And group 2, you are Yep. And group 2, we are describing some pictures. So you're going to have to write some sentences. Woohoo! I know you guys love to write. I'm getting some head shakes in here. Some people saying no, but y'all love it. You know you do. So that is it for reading today. Miss Bryson at 10:20 is going to be doing some math. And then for unique learning, we're working on adding 3-digit numbers today. So that is what we're doing there. Like always, we have our Explore Math activity. And then around 11:30, Miss Bryson will be posting a Friday vocational life skills video. So be looking out for that. And then completing our daily exit ticket at the end of the day. Does anyone have any questions about what's going on today? It's a Friday, so we're wrapping everything up. Alrighty, so today we are finishing up chapter 3 of Ancient Greece and the Theater. And so yesterday, if you remember, you can click there and just pause it for a second. We talked about the theater, how it's a noun, a person, place, or thing. And we looked at ancient Greece. And so today we're going to take this virtual tour of ancient Greece theater. So if you click on that video, this is just kind of like a 3D virtual tour of one of the theaters in ancient Greece. You can see it's on a hillside like we talked about yesterday, how they built the seats within the hillside. It's being a little slow for me this morning. Sorry, guys. Sorry guys, apparently this video doesn't want to, just play. But here's like an aerial view of the theater. So here's would be the stage and the seats. looks like today. So, I mean, this is still standing, you know, this is from ancient times. So a long, long, long time ago. That looks like some really fancy seats where someone really important sat. So that's just like a little, you know, real life view of what the theater looks like, even after so many years, just a kind of a real life version of that. And so we are going to go ahead and jump into our book. So if you go to Keep Learning, and it's the lesson 7, activity 2. You press the I dot on the side. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and read our book. So question before we start reading. How do we use theaters in today's world? You know, ancient Greece, they used them way back then, but we still use theaters today. We have soft seats now in theaters. That's exactly right. Then they had those hard brick seats. Now when we go to the theater, they're nice and comfortable. What might you see in the theater today? We might see what? A movie. Very good. We might see a movie. What else might we see in a theater? A music concert. A music concert. Very good. Anything else? What about in New York City? What might you see? On Broadway? A play, maybe? Yeah. So there's lots of things that ways we still use the theater today. So let's read our chapter.
Dr. Jones takes the class outside. They are standing on a stage at the bottom of a hill. There are benches built into the hill that go higher and higher. The students sit down on the benches.
So that looks just like what we saw in our video, right? Where it's got the stage at the bottom and that brick, stone seats, benches built into the hill.
Dr. Jones asks, "What does this place look like to you?" "It looks like a movie theater," says Lucy. Chad says, "I went to an outdoor concert and sat in seats like this." Mary Beth says, "This looks like a theater where I saw a live musical."
So when we go to the movies, you said that the seats are really comfy. They're soft. What else how else can you describe the theater? Like a movie theater. What's the big thing in the front? Nice. That we look at the whole time. What's that? Yes. Like the TV screen? The big screen. And we still sit kind of at an angle, right? Not quite like a hill, but a little bit of an angle so we can all see. Sure.
This should remind you of all of those places, says Dr. Jones. This place is a model of an ancient Greek theater. The people who lived in ancient Greece loved to tell stories. They liked to watch people act out the stories.
So if we zoom in, we can see where ancient Greece is on the theater. Look, I'm going to zoom in even more. So Greece is right here, where we are located right here. So across the ocean.
Many people came to watch the plays. So, the ancient Greeks built theaters where people could enjoy them. One of the first theaters was built over 2,500 years ago. The ancient Greeks looked for a large hillside. They built a stage at the bottom of the hill. Then they built benches for seating into the side of the hill, says Dr. Jones.
I'm going to give a piece of candy. That goes for you students in Miss Bryson's room too. For anyone who can tell me the other reason that they built the stage or the theater on a hill. One, so everyone can see. What was the other benefit? Think about how many people were there. And the hills, it kept something inside.
It kept something inside. What do you think?
Does anyone remember?
You say it?
If I shout really loud, that carries a lot.
No.
But if I'm in a hill, what does it do? It keeps the sound in. Oh my goodness, no one remembered.
Was it so everyone could see them? Asks Brent. Yes, but not only to see, but also to hear the actors, explains Dr. Jones. The actors' voices could go farther and be heard by the audience, because the hillside helped to make the sound travel up to the very last rows. Sometimes as many as 20,000 people could see and listen in a Greek theater.
Yeah, wow, 20,000 people could hear and sit and listen. Yes, because of that hill, it kept the sound inside.
Wow.
The ancient Greeks created different types of plays. They made sad plays called tragedies and funny plays called comedies. Many times, these plays were about their culture and beliefs, says Dr. Jones. We watch those kinds of movies and plays today, exclaims Keisha.
So they made tragedies and comedies. Is a tragedy funny or sad?
Sad. Sad.
Who thinks it's sad?
Me.
Yeah?
Me.
What do you think? Do you think a tragedy is happy or sad?
I think it's happy.
Sad.
Tragedy is sad and a comedy is happy or funny.
That is right. And we watch them in theaters that are set up like ancient Greek theaters. We even see concerts and plays in theaters with seats set up like this. Most places do not use benches now. They have padded seats to keep us comfortable, says Dr. Jones.
So like we talked about, now we have comfy seats. We don't want to sit in a hard seat.
Today, people can learn about the Greek culture and life from reading the plays. And people can go to see and hear a movie, a play or a concert in a theater like the ancient Greeks made, says Dr. Jones.
So not only archaeologists can learn about the ancient Greece, we can still learn about them by reading and learning about the Greek culture from reading their plays, seeing movies or going to see or hear a movie, a play, or a concert in a theater, just like the ancient Greeks.
The invention of the theater was a positive change, and we still use it today, says Mary Beth. There is so much to learn here at the museum. Dr. Jones says, please stop me if you would like to ask a question. But for now, let's keep moving.
Alrighty, so really quick, let's answer a couple of the comprehension questions. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. I want to go to the hard questions. Here we go. People who lived in ancient Greece loved to tell. What did they like to tell in their plays? They told stories, right? That's what they would put on the play. They would tell stories. Many blank came to watch the plays. Who came to watch?
People.
People came to watch the plays. Very good. The ancient Greeks looked for a large. Where would they build the theater in?
Stadium. Stadium.
It had to be built in a hillside because they wanted to be able. They didn't want to have to build a hill to then put the theater. So they would look for a large hillside.
They built the stage of a hill.
Whoops. And so they built the stage at the, with the stage part, was it at the bottom or the top of the hill? Imagine all the seats on the hill. So would the stage be at the bottom or the top?
Bottom.
Bottom, very good. They built blank for seating into the side of the hill. So what kind of seats were they? It wasn't a comfy recliner. It was a bench.
Ben.
It was benches. They built benches for seating onto the side of the hill. Alrighty, so that is going to be it for today. So when we log off, make sure you log in the unique and complete the rest of the comprehension questions. Break off into your reading groups, do your news to you, and then we will see you back at 10:20 for Miss Bryson's live math lesson. All right, happy Friday.